Hello everyone, it's Lindsay, and today I'm back with another process video for you guys. Just as I've done the last few months, I'm going to start out the kit for this month in my growth journal with a place to answer the reflection questions. So these are the questions that come in the devotional content here. I've already gone ahead and cut them apart. Now, I want to apologize. I do not feel good this week. If you've been following me on Instagram, you know I'm having a lot of just health craziness this month. And so I've been sitting here kind of like fighting what am I going to do? Like, I do not have the energy to do a full-blown elaborate, you know how I usually do things. But I didn't want to leave you guys hanging either. So this video is going to be very, very simple and basic today, but I know sometimes there's a time and a place for that, but I also wanted to share with you kind of a fun idea that maybe you hadn't thought of. So while the finished page will probably be very, very simple, hopefully this little trick that I have for you guys will help you guys out and inspire you. So what I have here is the Faith Art box for Tapestry of Grace, and I will be just using the stickers and washi and things like that from the kit. And then I have a couple of inks from Creative Retreat. I have the Rose Corsage and Mermaid Teal. These are two colors that color coordinate with the kit. Everything will be linked down below for you guys. And I wanted to keep things very simple as I answer these questions in the background, but still tying in to kind of the theme of the kit. So what I came up with was making my own stencil. I really wanted to add some stencil texture onto this page, and I have a couple heart stencils, but they weren't exactly what I wanted. And, how about we use what we have in our stash in different ways, right? Let's get the most bang for our buck. So one thing that I did have in my stash was some stackable heart dies. This particular one is from Lawn Fawn. There are tons of them out there. It does not have to be any particular company. And I will link down below a Tip Tuesday all about die cutting that I've done. So if you've never used a die cutting machine or dies like this, it goes into detail how to do that and the different things that you can do with the dies. And so if this is foreign to you, check out that video down below. But I went ahead and cut things off camera, and I used those dies to make myself a stencil. So yes, typically you use dies to cut paper and create embellishments with the part that you cut out. But if you use the leftover negative space as a stencil, there you go, you have a custom stencil. So that is what I'm gonna be using for the background. And then just sticking some things down on the page. It's gonna be very, very simple, but I thought that that might be a fun little trick for you guys. So let me go ahead and put you guys on fast forward, and we will quickly put together this page in my growth journal for the reflection questions for this month's kit. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and create my background with the stencil. Now, I did use cardstock for this. I don't know that I would use just regular copy paper. I don't think that's going to be thick enough. You may have some bleed through with your inks, but I'm just going to go ahead and use a makeup brush, but you can also use a foam blending tool. They have stencil brushes, lots of different options. I just wanted a very, very, very soft look for this background since I'll be writing over the top of it. So I have a set of really inexpensive, like $1 a brush from the dollar store. And I have one for each kind of color family. And I'm just picking up the ink from the ink pad and then brushing it through the stencil, trying to be light-handed. You can see in that big pink heart up at the top there that I got a little heavy-handed in that one area, but it'll kind of dry back and soften. Now, this isn't really a stencil that's going to last forever because it's just cardstock, and you may have some ink transfer. So if you're using like a really wet ink, like Distress Oxide ink or something like that, you may want to make several of these for different colors or dry the ink in between colors. That way you don't get cross-contamination. But I was just going for quick and dirty. I was just trying to get it done. So I just added a few different sized hearts to the background. And then, like always, I just cut down the reflection questions. You could type these out, write them out, but again, I'm just going for quick and easy. The pages do not have to take hours and hours and hours. I'd rather you be spending that time on the study time, not spending all the time on the artistic part. So to anchor the questions, I am going to use the washi tape that comes in the kit for no other reason than I really, really love it and wanted it on the page. And so this was the easiest way to get some of that washi tape on the page. And it just kind of creates like a little holding spot for those questions. Again, the whole point of this is to be able to have space to write out my answers. So I'm leaving myself plenty of area. Before I stick down the questions, though, I'm going to add a little bit of gold splatter. So I have some gold acrylic paint that I've watered down, and then I'm just using a big fluffy brush to kind of splatter that around. That was just to tie in the gold that is in the washi tape, and it was just feeling like I hadn't done quite enough for you guys on camera, so I wanted to add a little something else on there. And then I typically try to include the name of the kit in the top right-hand corner. That way when I revisit this book or this page, I'll know that these came from this particular devotional if I ever need to refer back to it in the future. So I use the stamp set from the Faith Art box. And then I'm also using the just a black ink and then one of the Creative Retreat inks to stamp that out. And then I could just have used the reflection title that's printed on the devotional, but I decided to go ahead and use the alphabet stickers just to kind of change it up and use the product that is there. That is it. Super simple, super easy, but hopefully it kind of gave you an idea of a way to use stuff that's in your stash. So if you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave those down below for me. Check out the description box for links to everything that I mentioned today. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, thank you so much. Bye-bye.